Run out to the white jeez.
There's nothing wrong with going at night.
But what do you mean? You never go to a haunted house at night. That's in the rule book of every rule book.
Clean and sober, all thanks to you.
Time to drink some water. Stay hydrated, everyone. No matter if a ghost is haunting you or not, stay hydrated. A hydrated ghost is going to be in a lot better mood. This video of Hill House sponsored by Aquafina. Aquafina, are you feeling scared? Nothing is going to comfort you like a nice, cool refreshment of pure water. Alright, that is probably the dumbest intro I've ever filmed. Welcome back, super friends and super family. I am Thor, your friendly neighborhood god of thunder. Today, we're reacting to episode 5 of The Haunting of Hill House. So episode 4 was kind of left off with a pretty big bombshell reveal. At least I think it's a reveal. The idea that Nellie might not have killed herself. That's very interesting. And I am also equally interested in why Luke would say that. I'm assuming it has something to do with the fact that his connection, like that twin connection that we touched on a little bit, especially last episode. But I feel like, you know, this show is really good at giving you little bits of information at a time. And that really... part of me is struggling to just solve everything on my own, but that also is kind of a testament to the quality of the show and to the power of the mystery that's drawing me in. I mean, I really want to figure some things out, but the fact that I can't guess the answers, at least not at this point, is kind of cool. I do like that as well. I feel a little bit outsmarted by the show. I do have one theory. Before we jump into this episode, I have a theory. I was thinking a little bit about the show in general, and I have an idea that the one ghost, the bent neck lady, I'm gonna guess, this could be totally off, all my guesses so far have been, I'm guessing that's the mom somehow. If she actually, you know what, that's either the mom or it's Nellie from the future. And I don't know if that makes any sense in the logic of ghosts, but I just have some idea that you know, bent neck reminds me of like someone who hanged themselves, and I feel like haunting, you know, spirits a lot of times have to do with untimely deaths or violent deaths. So I don't even know if the mom actually killed herself. If the mom actually killed herself, it could be a ghost of the mom from the future. I don't know if that breaks the physics and time warping of the supernatural. I feel like they're a little bit flexible with the rules, but I don't know. Or it could be Nellie from the future. Like, is it possible that she's being haunted as a child by a ghost of herself from the future? Like, how she's going to die? Don't know, but that's just my random theory. But as always, if you want to see my unedited reaction to this episode, that's up on Patreon. You can also check out next week's episode for early access. Let's just get into The Haunting of Hill House, episode 5. I'm assuming this might be a pretty important episode because, you know, Mike Flanagan directed this episode. And as the creator of the show, I feel like usually that indicates it's going to be an important episode. The first night? Like the first night they spent there? Great, there were ghosts right off the bat, weren't there? She sees something right there.
Okay.
It's just a nightmare.
We have yet to have seen the face of the bent neck lady.
She screamed so loud it hurt my ear.
And you know, in episode 1, when Nellie appears to Steve, she screamed too.
If she comes back, You come find us, okay?
Yeah, and we'll scare her away.
Promise.
Oh, she looks so scared. Good job for the little actress. She's doing a really good job coming across as terrified.
On to it tonight, and when you're older, I'll give you
Okay,
this.
yes, this is the same locket I remember she gave her. There's going to be some significance to that. I don't know exactly what, but there's something to it. What a good mom to sleep on the floor next to her daughter. I trust the intentions of the mom. For some reason, I'm suspecting the dad a little bit. I don't fully trust him the way I do the mom.
I'm frozen. Like hours sometimes.
So she never grew out of it.
Completely harmless. Which is easy for the sleep tech to say, right?
Wait, was this the guy she married? I think it was, right?
Dreams. Some people just come out of that stage quicker than others.
Sleep paralysis is a scary thing. I've never experienced it myself. I'm fortunate, but I've had people tell me about what it's like. It sounds terrifying.
Where we chart your brain waves, heartbeat, and breathing.
I wonder how I would come out on a sleep test. Am I at a C level? As long as I'm at a C, I'll be okay.
My general practitioner, he wasn't an expert. He just told me to avoid TV before bedtime.
Oh, that's the worst. Doctors who just give generic advice and don't even listen to what you're saying. Hate that.
Can I get coffee?
It's for the health history section in your file.
Oh.
But also, do you want to grab some coffee?
End of your visit to ask you out for coffee. But since you brought it up.
Little whining and dining. Ah, she looks so happy. What went wrong? We're gonna see probably. It's probably gonna be all happy now and then go to a depressing episode where there's just misery and who knows, drug addiction, haunting. Oh, that's funny. That's funny, mirroring the kissing and romance on the screen. That's from Rear Window, isn't it? What's wrong? She's happy, but something's still wrong. Oh, okay. I didn't see the ring. I'm on the lookout for ghosts popping out constantly. I'm sorry. It was just a proposal, nothing to be scared of. Wow, that's funny. Great. Great, she can't. Oh, this is just too much.
I'll get the light.
Thank goodness he woke up. Thank goodness he's not a deep sleeper and just didn't notice.
You did it.
That was really good acting. That seems so real. Just the way she was moving her body and, like, responding. I'm just waiting for the nosedive into sadness and depression and fear that I feel like has got to be inevitable. It'd be nice if this episode was a bunch of feel-good happiness, but we know where the end of the road is. I mean, I feel like the relationship with their father is clearly strained, but the biggest reason I doubt that he abused them is how would they ever even invite him to their wedding? Like, I don't know.
Move out there too.
He's following you west, huh?
She's got to be really sad he didn't make it to her wedding.
Who knows if he'll be in any condition to.
Come on, Steve. You never believe in Luke. Dang, she just sees ghosts everywhere, huh? Things are just too picture perfect. Oh no, he's not going to wake up this time, is he? Oh no, he did. What's going to happen this time? Something different is going to happen this time. What? What the heck? What the heck is going on? Oh no. Oh no. Great, she's gonna be above her. What happened to him? His like neck twisted weird. Is this something just medical, or is the ghost messing with him? Does she just have paralysis in her legs right now? He's not dead, is he?
He was dead.
What?
And she was back.
How does he just die like that? Here we go. We're into the full-on depressing misery right now. I mean, of course that makes sense that he's dead because we didn't see him when they got news of her suicide.
I know what's to blame.
Hill House.
Hill House.
Can the ghosts murder people? I mean, his neck was twisted in a weird way, right?
Expect you to believe me.
It's so hard for me to try to understand, like, if the ghosts are going to be more metaphorical or if they're going to be these literal entities that shape their lives.
Keep it?
Yes, I'm sure it's fine that you keep the tea set.
I wonder if there's any chance she's the bent neck lady.
Once they've trapped you into being like everyone else, you'll never see your cup of stars again.
I feel like this is bad advice from I don't trust Mrs. Dudley, okay? I just don't trust that lady. And maybe she knows this is going to lead to Nellie getting haunted, which would be just such a horrible thing to do to a child.
Not now. Young lady.
Please, oh please, oh please.
Look how serious the mom looks. Look at that. Something is really wrong.
We have a very, very important job.
Nell did not do this. Nell did not do this.
She says she didn't.
Oh, great. She's having one of her migraines.
And I expect it to be done before I get back.
She's in a mood.
I have literally been there as a kid. Just the way she delivered that was so funny. Oh, shoot. Theo's gonna be able to tell that it wasn't Nellie. Right?
You didn't.
Yep.
Paper anyway.
What else is there? No. That you do not want to see that. You don't want your name written like that with "come here" in a haunted house. That's a terrible omen. Nellie looks like she has empathy for Luke in a way that the rest of the family members don't.
Yeah, I'm proud of you. Doesn't matter where you do it. What matters is you want to change.
Exactly. Nellie is the one telling Luke what he needs to hear, supporting him.
Yeah, I just need one more
Don't
favor.
do something stupid, Luke. Don't do something stupid.
Yeah?
Don't you dare ask her to get you drugs, Luke. Don't you dare do that.
Here it is. I need to get well before I go in.
No, no. She wants her to buy drugs?
One last time, you get to kind of go through the gates and you get to kind of get it out of your system, you know?
No, no, no. Don't do this. You're literally going to send your sister out in the pouring rain to get drugs for you?
And if he sees me coming and I don't have money,
You're going to put your sister in danger? Go to another street corner and get drugs there.
So you want me to?
Nellie.
See, scenes like this, seeing Luke do this makes me understand more of where Steve is coming from. Oh, this is just so painful to watch. This is him saying anything he can to get drugs.
It's just you.
This is anything. It's so desperate.
And then you can tell me all about it.
He's not going to. He's going to get the drugs and leave her, and it's going to be the most heartbreaking thing in the world. Having that scene play out in the rain with no music, but you hear the sound of the windshield wipers as like background sound, that kind of adds a little... it's a good sound effect to kind of add to the anxiety and the tension build in that scene. Don't have anything go wrong with this drug deal, please, for the love of God. I swear, Luke, if you just ditch her in the car and do your drugs, you're just...
He just spit that out of his mouth.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Do they really? Can you imagine being with one of your siblings while they're doing heroin and you know how bad it is? I can't imagine what that puts you through. And she's so young.
Buttons?
Jeez. I swear, does she have paralysis? Luke, you better to... Oh, gosh, I hate watching this.
Sorry. We all just need a little help sometimes, right, Millie?
Yeah, she needs help from you right now, and you're not there for her.
My shared empathy made me feel nauseous for the first...
Oh, great. She experiences, like, the withdrawal, kind of like he does. That's just... Oh. Can you imagine being tied to someone who's dealing with addiction with that type of connection?
I wish you would have called me. That is not the way you...
You know, don't... Look, she was trying her best to help her brother. Be mad at Luke. Don't be mad at Nellie. It's not her fault. I mean, yes, it's poor judgment, but she's going to use her touch somehow to help Nellie.
Anything?
No.
I mean, look at the way Nellie's standing and acting. Everything about her is someone in desperate need of help who is terrified. Like, she is not okay.
That's where he died.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. No.
Want to... You said you... Hey!
Help her!
Fuck! Nellie!
I just want to know if he's still here.
He's not. And that fucking sucks. I'm sorry, but you can't live like this. Doctor doing for you anyway.
Sorry.
You look worse now than you did 4 months ago.
Yeah, what is this doctor doing?
Really here to talk about Alcatraz. Yes.
Do you keep in touch with your father?
Again.
This is like asking Ben Affleck about Batman when he wants to talk about some other movie. It's like everyone just wants to know about Batman.
I have a question. Oh my god.
Oh, shoot.
I have a question, Steve.
Oh my gosh.
Why do you keep lying to these people?
What?
I'm $30 a head to sit here and listen to you talk about things that you don't believe. No. I'd like you to answer me now. Now you stand there and you talk about ghosts and spirit. And you sell tickets for the privilege, and yet you don't believe in any of it. Tell me I'm crazy, and that Mom was crazy, and Luke's crazy. Tell our stories. My stories. The same stories that you told me were just dreams or delusions. You're supposed to be my big brother. But you say the meanest things to me when I try to tell you. So much money.
Nell.
I'm just asking why. I don't ask you for anything. Ever. Just this. I just want to know why.
You don't come in here and embarrass me like that.
Me embarrass you. Have you read what you wrote about
You've
us?
answered. Are you off your meds?
No.
Bullshit. Christian phase, the New Age phase, the crystal phase, the antidepressant phase. Not the time or place.
Constructive?
It felt good.
I can't. This is...
Is that you haven't confronted your past.
I feel like he's spot on. I do feel like this therapist is... That's exactly right.
Or say to you,
If he could talk to you right now, what do you think he'd want for the rest of your life?
Nellie has just been cursed with such bad luck, and like, it's no fault of her own. A freak accident or a ghost that killed Arthur. Like, her life was so great. And tragic is the only word to describe it, like in the true sense of the word. Some of these scenes are just, I mean, I'm going to talk about it more at the end of the episode, but they are just devastating emotionally. I mean,
Come in.
they should have done this on the first night when they moved into that house. The first time any of the kids started seeing ghosts. Move to a hotel and then find a new house.
It's okay. Everything's okay.
It is definitely not okay. It is the opposite of okay. I mean, I know he's just trying to comfort them.
I don't know what I saw.
She saw something when the dad touched her.
Fell on the floor.
Where?
We're in the red room.
Oh my gosh, the red room.
Room having a tea party
With Abigail?
Wasn't Mommy.
What? What are you talking about? Were they with the bent neck lady? I swear to God. I mean, under normal circumstances, I think the therapist's advice could be really good going back to these places of childhood trauma. But when there's hauntings and ghosts and supernatural, I don't know. I don't think so. Oh no. This is like a mirror shot for when she woke up when she was a little kid. She literally moved her eyes in like the same way. Oh gosh. You've got to be kidding me. She needs someone with her at night. Every night. The bent neck lady's gonna be right there. Oh crap. Who is it? Who is it? Oh no, what if it's a ghost? Please be someone trying to help. Please be someone who heard her. We need to have an episode on the dad so we see what the heck happened. But I mean, the dad wasn't arrested, so I feel like if he was covered in the mom's blood, he probably, or if he did something to her. This is so much for a little kid to be dealing with. I mean, they must be so confused and so scared.
How are your brother and sisters doing?
Oh wait, is this the call? This is the call from episode 1. No one answered. No one answered at this point. You got... Oh, of course. The electricity can never work when ghosts are around. Run out to the light, jeez! Get out of there right now. Get out of there right now. Shoot, what is moving? There's a shadow. Did all that time just pass? Is that what just happened?
There's nothing wrong with going at night.
But what do you mean? You never go to a haunted house at night. You never go to a haunted house at night. That's in the rule book of every rule book.
In the what?
Yeah, it's just a carcass in a graveyard. You never go to a graveyard at night either. Oh my gosh, what are... I mean, if she is the bent neck lady, if that's herself committing suicide, I feel like it could be, because I think like that guy with the hat like represented Luke's addiction, like following him everywhere. Maybe the bent neck lady is kind of like this representation of, what do you call it when your fate is already set in stone, you can't escape it, like a predestination, where her whole life is driving her anxiety, her isolation from her family is driving her to suicide. This is when she calls her father, right? But I swear to you, she saw something in the backseat of the car. We just didn't see it.
It's fine.
So everything's refurbished. She's living in this now, like when they were kids. If you're forced into suicide by a ghost, is it real suicide?
Sorry.
She's like a little girl.
I didn't write that.
She's talking like she's a little girl talking to her mother.
We always believed you.
This is exactly what she's always wanted to hear, that people believed her, that they are there for her. I'm just tense now, like waiting for the inevitable.
My goodness. We need to get downstairs.
Why? Why? What's downstairs? What's
We're
downstairs?
late for the reception.
Oh no, she's gonna be dancing with Arthur. It is just way too quiet in this house. All you can hear is the ticking of that clock. It is so ominous.
Sorry for everything I said.
It's like she's reliving the happiest day of her life.
I always should have believed you. About everything.
Literally everyone is telling her exactly what she needed to hear to stay alive and to be... Oh, this is unbelievable. This is what they should have said to her in real life.
I'm so proud of you, but...
Thanks for believing in me, Nellie. I'm clean and sober, all thanks to you. Hi, gorgeous. You so much.
I knew it. I knew it. No. I mean, if this is happening in real life, how did she actually set up the noose?
Mom? It's okay, honey. Mommy.
Is the mom gonna push her? This isn't suicide, this is murder by ghosts.
Sweetheart.
I knew it. Wow. Where do I begin? People have said so much about this show and I know there's a lot of really hardcore fans of this show. Up until this point, I've been enjoying it. It's been good. A lot of interesting characters. I like the use of the ghosts and the balance between family story and scares throughout. I feel like it's story first over the scares. That's what I've thought about this show up till now. This episode, I get it. I get the hype around the show. I mean, this was by far my favorite episode, and this episode really just brought all the other 4 episodes and strengthened them at the same time, because it almost like showed where everything was heading and the full weight of everything that has happened so far. I mean, where do I begin breaking it down? I'm just going to start with the actress who plays Nellie does an unbelievably good job. She goes through so many different emotional stages, and she portrays this level of innocence that is just spot on and perfect for the character. And then she also portrays this level of mental sickness and of fear appropriate for a character who's so sweet and innocent. I mean, there are just so many little scenes where, you know, she'll smile with pure happiness, totally in love, and she sells that emotion for her character so perfectly. And then scenes where she's talking to the therapist are so good. She captures so much nuance. Anyone who's seen someone or dealt themselves with mental breakdowns or mental sickness of some kind, this is so spot on accurate. And the actress does, like, that is so difficult to do. I don't know. There are other actors who do good jobs portraying characters like that. Nothing comes to mind right now that I can think of that does it in such a realistic way. Everything about it. So just killer performance. Easily my favorite so far in the show. And the little bits and pieces we've seen of Nellie, now having an episode focused on her, just really reveals her strength, and that just great performance. The directing for this episode was really good. I mean, Mike Flanagan obviously directed this one. I completely understand why, like I was saying at the beginning of the episode, why he wanted to choose this one. I mean, I feel like if I was going to direct any of the episodes, this is the one I would want to direct. I just think it ties in so many things of the story and really puts things in context. It uses the storytelling technique that a lot of movies use, a lot of shows use. I'm a big fan of it, where you play events over and over that you've seen before, but from different perspectives. What I like the way that this show does it in particular is a lot of times a movie will play like one event. Let's say, you know, it's an attack or something, and they just show it from different vantage points of characters, and each different perspective you get a little bit more of information so that you understand exactly what happened more clearly, and you don't fully understand until the end. So this show does that, but it also does it with emotional context. So not only are you understanding what's literally happening better as we slowly piece everything together, watching the same event from different perspectives, but we're also understanding the emotional weight and what's at stake much more. And it really all came together with this scene. There are a few scenes that were just unbelievably good. The scene where Nellie is confronting Steve and just everything she's saying to him, and both the actors are playing off each other so well. That's such a powerful moment as she calls him out. And what I love, I mean, it's horrible to watch, but I love it. It's so well done, is how you see Nellie reaching out to help from everyone from her family. And it's not some silly dismissal from them. It's not like she has the worst family in the world and they just cast her aside and don't care at all. It feels so real and relatable in seeing how there are conflicts and complications and messiness in the family, and how that gets in the way of the young one getting help when she needs it. Sorry, I'm getting emotional just thinking about it, but it really does, and it's portrayed so well. Those scenes are so well written and so well acted, and it just makes it so heartbreaking as this episode slowly leads to the inevitable. And my favorite just whole sequence is the whole end of this episode, just from when she enters Hill House and is meeting her family, and it's very eerie. It's a tense and terrifying scene, but it's so odd because the images that are being shown, there's no scary music, barely any. We're really just seeing like happy, friendly faces acting kind to Nellie and telling her everything that she wants to hear, that she needed to hear. And there's a little subtle acting choices from the actors who are playing these ghost versions of themselves. Like the mom will hold her smile just a little bit too long, and it's just the perfect note of scary when you're watching this image that should be so welcoming and happy. And just the fact that they have no music except for the music as she dances. And I really want to touch upon that point because that seems so powerful to me. Just the family members, she literally heard like from each and every one of them, unique to them, exactly what she needed to hear. And it's heartbreaking to watch, not only because we know that that's not really happening and that she's about to commit suicide, but it's so simple. It's one sentence from each one of them, just telling Nellie exactly, the words that I'm sorry. Just telling her the words that she really needs to hear in this moment. And it's so powerful and so well done. I mean, I was right in my theory that I said at the beginning that she was the bent neck lady herself. So finally, after guessing all these crazy theories that are completely wrong, after thinking Theo was a ghost, what else did I predict earlier on in this season? I don't know, but I did happen to just guess that she was seeing a future version of herself, and I think that's such a good idea. That was, and it was executed and really culminated into that just horrifying last sequence of just having her go back through her life. I feel like there's so much symbolism and depth to that, even up till the last moment of her like haunting herself throughout her life, all going backwards in time in her last moments before she dies and lets out a horrifying scream. I feel like that could really represents, someone who jumps, and hangs themselves, flashing back really quick in their life and maybe even regretting it in those last moments, like as they flash back through their life. It works literally so well in what's actually happening in those ghost appearances, but it also, I feel like, works on a deeper level in a really accurate, scary, kind of terrifying way. Terrifying in a more, I don't know if existential is the right word. Kind of just the ultimate, tragedy of suicide, something like that. But really capturing the little steps and the real horror of a moment like that in an emotional and visual sense. But yeah, that was a phenomenal episode and very brutal emotionally. And I don't know exactly how to wrap this up. I guess I'll just ask you guys, is this your favorite episode of the show? I feel like this is an easy favorite. Last episode, I asked everyone who your favorite family member is, and I feel like a lot of that is probably going to be based off people's personal experiences and who they relate to. For me, I don't know how much I relate to Nellie's character, but she's my favorite character of the show so far. I feel so bad for her, and the actress did such an incredible job portraying it, and this episode was just so well done that at this point I think she's my favorite. But let me know who your favorite is, and I would love to know if this is your favorite episode. Let me know like which scene. There's so many powerful scenes in this episode. Which one captured you the most in an emotional sense? It could be like from technical admiration. I feel like there's a lot to admire from both in these episodes. But as always, if you want to see this full unedited reaction, that's up on Patreon right now for $1. If you want to see my reaction to next week's episode, that's also going to be up on Patreon for early access. Really, thank you so much to everyone who supports me there. That really helps me a lot. And as always, remember, be active, be mindful, and be a hero. And please, if you have a family member that you need to reach out to them, make a phone call, answer that phone call. If this episode can leave us with anything, I feel like it's just a lesson that sometimes just a simple word of encouragement and help can make the biggest difference. So do that. Anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video.